I think it's wise, and I don't think it's a knock against the front office when we were going young, but now we got LeBron, so now we're trying to go big. I mean, you guys are acting like it's a negative that he's willing to trade Lonzo and Kyle Kuzma and so on and so forth. Again, bringing up Danny Ainge. He's going to be willing to trade off a lot of his good young players too for Anthony Davis. And so,
but if Magic would have made the right move, at the point, he wouldn't even have to do that.
But again, you don't know for a fact that he would have got Paul George.
Yeah, but
could he have courted him more?
He didn't put in the effort that he needed.
But that doesn't mean it would have happened. Oklahoma City had a whole year, and Russell and George really built a bond together.
But if you told me that Magic did put in the work on Paul George and then he turned him down, I don't have an issue with it. I think he thought it was a foregone conclusion, and he overlooked them, and that's why they lost out.
All right, guys, let's switch gears a little bit, but keep with the NBA conversation, because two of the hottest players in the NBA were at it again last night. And we're talking about Russell Westbrook setting an NBA record with his 10th straight triple-double in the Thunder win. Russ is on pace to average triple-double for the third year in a row. Meanwhile, James Harden extended his 30-point game streak to appropriately 30 games in last night's win. Harden only had 20 points with under 3 minutes left in regulation, but he scored 11 points to close it out and extend that streak. So, Rob, we'll start with you. I feel like this is a tough one, but which streak is more impressive, Harden or Westbrook?
And I'm not knocking Westbrook because I think that's incredible. It really is. But Harden, here's my biggest thing. To be able to score 30 points, 30 games in a row in the NBA is incredible. And here's the best part. They're 21-9 in those games. That to me, that seals it. And I know OKC's playing well as well, but you also have Paul George. He's basically doing this by himself, and that's what the most impressive thing is. I think Harden right now is the best player in the NBA. And I know a lot of people want to go back and go, well, look at the playoffs, and he hasn't won anything. I'm talking about right here, right now.
Like at this moment, this week.
Right now. I know you always trying to knock me when I say that.
Let's change it every month. It was Giannis in
No, it wasn't Giannis. It's right now. I've been saying this.
It was Embiid in February.
No, it wasn't.
In January.
Last year, this guy was the MVP of the league, and he's done nothing but continue. When Chris Paul went out, he was still doing his thing. James Harden, I get it. He's not a complete player. He's not going to play defense. He's not going to do. Does he help you win, Greg Jennings?
Absolutely.
He helped you win, Chris Broussard.
Don't act like I'm anti-Harden.
All right, that's what he does. And so I'm just saying right here, just for once, let down your guard. Don't all you LeBron people. Oh, Harden ain't no greatest player ever. He never won a championship. He don't defend. He don't do this. He don't do that. I'm talking about right now, pound for pound. Right now, he's the best player in the NBA. He's better than Kevin Durant. He's better than LeBron James. Period.
Okay. All right. The question was, which streak is more important? And look, I love James Harden. I think James Harden should be working on his third MVP. And I put my vote behind my mouth. I voted for him in 2015 when Steph Curry won his first MVP. Voted for him last year, and right now he's going to get my vote this year. So nothing at all against James Harden. He's doing something historic. Anytime you did something that Michael Jordan didn't do, and in Jordan's specialty, all right? He's not getting more assists than Jordan. He's not getting more rebounds. Jordan was a scorer. Kobe was a scorer, and he's doing something scoring-wise that they couldn't do. So this is tremendous for Harden. But to have to pick between the two, I have to go with Westbrook. And here's what he's averaging the triple-double.
Sound like you were Harden right there.
No, well, because they're both great, all right? But Westbrook's averaged 20 points, 13 rebounds, and 13 assists in these 10 straight triple-doubles. And here's one of the reasons, the first reason I pick Westbrook's streak over Harden's. Anytime you do something in the NBA or any sport that no one in history has done, somebody's done what Harden's done. Wilt Chamberlain, I mean, as great as Harden's 30 straight 30-point games are, Wilt's streak was 65.
Yeah, but it was a different NBA.
Okay, he's not even halfway there, okay? You brought up a different NBA. That's right. And still, Wilt didn't do what Westbrook's done. Wilt had 9 straight triple-doubles. Westbrook's got 10. Wilt put up numbers that were just cartoonish. We never thought we'd see anybody challenge his numbers. And not only has Westbrook challenged some of them, he broke the record. Anytime you do that, something no one else has done, that gives you the edge. Number 2, you brought up, Houston's 21-9. OKC is 9-1 in these 10 games. 21-9 is great. 9-1 is even better. And then Westbrook, because it's a triple-double. Harden's impact, you're right, he's leading them to wins, but he's not impacting the game in all the different areas like Westbrook. Westbrook's rebounding. Westbrook's passing. Now, so is Harden, but he's passing a lot more.
But also, who's the best player on Westbrook's team?
Right now, it's been Paul George.
Okay, that's another thing.
But here's the thing. Because of Westbrook is helping Paul George be the best player on this team by changing his mentality and passing. And not only is Paul George having the best streak or season of his career, in these 10 games that Westbrook's averaged a triple-double, Paul George is averaging 37 points, 8.5 rebounds on 50% shooting. Fabulous. Dennis Schroeder, 17 points on 51% shooting. Steve Adams, 13 points, 61% shooting. And Jeremy Grant, 14 points on 50% shooting. My point is that all 4 of these guys, except maybe Adams, because those numbers are what he averaged, what he does generally. 3 of these guys have been able to elevate their games because of the way Westbrook is playing. So Harden is just putting the team on his back.
Because he has to,
I'm the man, and I'm carrying y'all. Westbrook is doing it a different way by, I'm helping y'all get involved, and we carrying each other. And so I think Westbrook's is more.
I'm going to say something that's absolutely forbidden. First time ever. Both of them are equally as impressive.
You gotta pick a
I'm not
side.
picking a
Pick a
side.
side,
We
Greg
know
Johnson.
they're both great.
I'm not
You can't bail out like that.
I'm going to tell you right now.
You can't come on the show, wear that shirt, and then say
Right,
that.
this
You
is
gotta
I
pick a side.
can do what I want and when I want.
Undisputed champ.
Exactly, and I'm going
What do you
to-
think, this is
and
first take?
I'm settling it right now. They're both equally impressive because, to your argument, he is the best player on Harden, he being that guy. James Harden is the best player on his team, and he has to do this. And it's almost as though if he doesn't do this, we don't know where the Houston Rockets are. We don't even know if they're in the playoff hunt with the start that they had and how they were performing until James Harden decided, you know what? Let me kick into this gear. Let me go get this MVP. I got to make it it's about the team, but it got to be because of me driving this vehicle. And when you look at what Russell Westbrook is doing, it's impressive, yes, that he's the only one who's ever done it, but he's not the best player on his team. Is he making his team better because of the decisions that he's making and because of the numbers that he's putting up? Absolutely. And both teams are right where they want to be when it comes to the playoff hunt. And so I can't sit here and say, oh, Westbrook's is better, because I feel like it's equally as impressive as James Harden. James Harden in this league, with the scoring that is happening across the NBA, it's easy for me to say, you know what, with all the threes that everybody's putting up, Westbrook is going to get more rebounds. But then it's easy for me to say, with the scoring ability that everybody else has, with the style of play, he's going to get more points. So you can argue both sides. That's why I think that I'm going to sit here and be a fan for one and appreciate both of them.
There's not a fraction, a smidgen of a difference, right? Not a dash.
Let me give you
slightly more impressive. That's the
Sean
thing.
is very
Nothing is
disappointed with your
absolutely
stance
equal.
on this.
Yes.
And he actually said Jason McIntyre is coming replacing you for the rest of the show.
See? Now, that's bad.
Now, I'm going to tell you, now, there's a difference there.
Here, let me give you to help you, okay? Westbrook, 21.2 points, lowest since the second season in the
but that's not what we're comparing.
That's a positive for him.
Exactly.
Because now he's dishing.
41%, second worst of his career. 24% from three, second worst in his career. Free throw shooting, worst in his career, 65. All I'm saying is, yes, he's getting the triple doubles, 10 in a row, whatever, but he's not playing nearly as well. I'm talking about totally.
But see, that's
not as well.
This is where sometimes stats lie
He's
to
playing
you
more of an all-around game
because it's not those numbers that we're focusing on. It's because of those numbers. How crazy it sounds. Why OKC is where they are.
It's more about Paul George, though.
It is, but why is
Harden is the reason that
no
Houston's
question,
winning.
no question
and
about
Paul
it.
George, you cannot poo-poo what he's doing.
No, not at all. I mean, he's in the MVP race ahead of Westbrook, but why is he enabled to do what he's doing? Because Westbrook has learned and is now giving him the ball, even late in games, which he generally didn't do with even Kevin Durant.
I
so
get
it's
it.
growth and maturity on Westbrook's part.
But there's no doubt in my mind that it would be Harden #1 and Westbrook #2 when we talk about this.
And Paul George
be
had
definitive.
Triple-double last night, too.
I knew you wouldn't like that.
You know I don't like this. No way.
It's not,
the only other...
Even if it means being wrong.
Exactly.
Because you know about being wrong. You've been wrong a lot on the radio show.
Just the 9th time in NBA history last night that two guys on the same team had a triple-double.
There it is again.
You know the other time it happened? 9th time in history. It also happened previously this season, though.
Did it?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Who was it, Lonzo and LeBron?
Lonzo
I was going to say that. Lonzo
Get you guys
and LeBron.
going again.
That's a nice feather in Lonzo's cap.
That was fun, you guys.
Rafters.
We're going to have to get you to pick a side, though.
Pick a side.
Kareem Hunt has a new home in Cleveland after signing with the Browns.